It had been 3 weeks since Raghav's wife passed. The chai didn't taste the same. The firewood burned slower. And the bench where she used to sit, the old one under the banyan, remained untouched, as if her shadow still rested there. He didn't speak much anymore, just stirred, poured, served. His small tea stall at the village bus stop, once full of loud laughter, now moved like a ghost, still there but different. One morning it rained without warning. He didn't run for shelter. He just stood there under the neem, watching the leaves catch water like cupped hands. A college boy, wet, frustrated, carrying a bag too full of books and dreams, came running under the same tree. He was muttering angrily to himself, "Failed again, third attempt, everyone's moving ahead except me." Raghav looked at him slowly, then looked away. He didn't reply. The boy shook his head, still pacing under the tree. "They say hard work pays," feels like a lie. Silence. A drop from the tree fell straight on Raghav's hand. He didn't flinch. The boy finally sat down, dripping, defeated. "You probably don't understand. I'm wasting my life." Raghav looked at him. Then, after a pause, he pointed to the kettle. "You see this tea? It doesn't boil faster because I shout at it." The boy blinked. Raghav continued softly, "But if I leave it too long, it burns." He poured the tea into a koolad and handed it to the boy. "It needs timing, not panic." The boy held the hot clay cup in both hands, suddenly quiet. Raghav returned to stirring the next batch. Minutes passed. Then the boy asked, "How long did it take you to learn that?" Raghav's hand paused for the first time. He looked toward the banyan bench. "Longer than I thought I had." The boy followed his gaze. A red dupatta lay folded on the bench, dry, untouched by rain, the kind only someone in grief would place gently and never move. "I'm sorry," the boy whispered. Raghav nodded slowly. "But grief is also like tea. You can't drink it too hot. You wait, you sip, slowly." The rain softened. Birds chirped again. The boy smiled faintly. "Thank you, uncle." Raghav looked at him, eyes soft. "Don't quit because life hasn't brewed yet." The next morning the boy was back. Not for tea, just to sit on the other side of the banyan bench. He didn't speak much either. But he stayed. Over weeks others came. A farmer whose crop had failed. A widow who still wore red bangles at home. A girl who danced like no one was watching except everyone was. They came not because the tea was magic, but because the man who brewed it didn't rush it. In a world that shouted, he boiled quietly, and in his silence, people heard their own hearts again. One day, months later, the boy passed an exam. He brought sweets. Raghav took one, smiled, and said nothing. But his eyes softened at the edges. "You helped," the boy said. Raghav shook his head. "No, I waited." That night, as the lamps flickered and buses rumbled by, the banyan rustled gently. The red dupatta was gone. In its place, a soft marigold garland and peace. Sometimes life isn't asking you to run, it's asking you to wait and listen. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more stories like this.